So right now we're playing a game called IronFall Invasion, which is a really cool new game developed by this small French independent studio called VD Dev. The studio actually is only 3 people, so it's pretty impressive that this entire game was made by 3 people. The game is a cover-based third-person shooter, and you'll note that it takes full advantage of all the different buttons within the new Nintendo 3D I'm actually doing, but there's the added C-stick which allows me to kind of aim, and there's buttons here in the back, the ZL and the ZR button, which allow me to either bring up my reload gauge or allow me to target more effectively. So if I go in here, there's a robot here. So I'm firing now with my R button. And what's really neat about this system, there's a couple of things that set this third-person shooter apart from other third-person shooters. One is that its reload gauge is a little different. So if I hit the reload, the ZR button, it brings up this gauge, and if I get it within that green area, it allows me to reload a lot quicker. So it's an actual added bonus if I'm kind of in a firefight and I need those rounds more desperately. The second thing that sets it apart is its health system. So it's a little different. It's not like the standard health gauge where it's depleted and you die at that point. It's actually based on your heart rate, which is covered in the bottom screen there. So if that heart rate exceeds 200, that's when I actually will die. So the other things that will raise your heart rate, for example, if I sprint right now, you'll notice that my heart rate will jump up. So that puts me more at risk of dying. So I just got to use that appropriately. So I talked about the ZR button, that brings my reload gauge. The ZL button will allow me to kind of target with whatever gun that I'm actually using here. What I've not talked about yet is the cover-based system. So if I hit B right now, that's maybe not a great example. Let's get behind something that's kind of... So allow me to kind of hide around walls, and I can actually fire around corners.
You can hide behind other objects too, right?
Absolutely. It's not just walls. When I get to this main area, you kind of see there's all these objects here I can kind of duck behind and use for cover when I'm under heavy fight. Under heavy fire, rather. So the game is really cool. It runs, and it's 60 frames per second capable. There's single and online player, up to 6 players online. We're not showing that mode just yet. This game's obviously still in development. And you also see that just the different controls make it for a lot more immersive experience. I know we can't turn the 3D right now, but the 3D just makes it that much more immersive. It's a really beautiful experience. Oh, being shot at here. You can see that I'm a terrible shot, so this isn't boding that well. Oh, jeez. See my heart rate at the bottom there, kind of steadily increasing as I'm getting more and more shot.
Great, that's pretty good. So is this this is a download, right?
It's an eShop title, exactly. We have not announced anything in the way of launch timeframes, but the team's working really hard on developing this, so it's more news to come soon.